Hey guys, what is up there? Size for Spills coming at you with another tutorial, this time on how to make your iOS device a IP cam. Now if you don't know what an IP cam is, it's basically a camera that can be viewed from the internet and you can set it up in various places to monitor things. So today we'll be installing an app called IP Camera by 1257, most creative name ever. Anyway, this app here is $1.99. However, there are no free options in this category when it comes to IP camera apps. This app is very well designed. I really enjoy it. It's simple to use with just a simple on-off switch and a preview window on the more updated version. And despite the customer reviews, there are quite a few bad reviews. However, I find this app very helpful. The main reason that people are complaining is because, be warned, when you do get this, it is not going to look like a YouTube video. This is more of a picture every 3 seconds, more like a security camera style. So don't plan to be taking, 1080p video with this, but this is more just for monitoring, seeing how everything's doing when you're away from home, or whenever you just need to access the camera from anywhere else. This works on most iOS's, yeah. So I'm just going to show you how to install this today. Okay, so when you're on your iPod, just go to the App Store and type in like you see here. Sorry about the screen recorder, it's not the best. But type in IP Camera 1257. Go ahead and search for that, and the first result that pops up should look like this right here. Go ahead and get it. It is $1.99, however, it is well worth it. Once that is installed, you will see it on the home screen here. I have mine pinned to the bottom, and I already have my iPod set up at the window, so to launch it, all you do is tap the app, and it'll go black for a second. It is pretty slow starting up, give it a minute. And then once this pops up, go ahead and flick it on. Now once this happens, there we go, you will see a URL up at the top here. Remember this number. Once you remember this number, you type this into your browser and you'll see the image which is being previewed right here. So let me go and switch back to my browser. Okay, and now that we're back in the browser, I'm going to go ahead and type in that address that it told me. So mine was 1.2.168.1.9 and then 8081. And when you go ahead and push enter, it should start loading. This is very slow, so try to be patient with it. Once it does load, you'll see this come up with the image in the middle and some buttons at the top. Now, the image is a live video preview, and then the buttons control some of the options. So you can control if you want to view the back camera, the front camera. If you have a device with the flashlight, you can turn that light on and off for at night. And then you have the options to pause and resume the video. Now, this is a very nice little app to have. It does refresh the image every 3 seconds. If it ever does stop loading, just go ahead and push the refresh button. Sometimes it will time out if you're on here for like 2 hours watching it, but yeah, so I already have my iPod set up in a window right now that is monitoring my walkway here, so when people walk up I can see who it is. But this is IP address will only work if you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network, or if you're connected to the same network as this camera. This will not work if you want to view the camera from, say, at work or at school. You will have to port forward this address to the internet. Now, I'll show you how to port forward in just a minute. It is different for every router, so I recommend checking out portforwarding.com before you attempt any of this, so that this way you don't mess up your router. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how. Also, I forgot to mention, if you do need this to stay on 24/7, like if you do want to, view it while you're away, you will have to make the screen stay on. It cannot turn off, or else the app will close. To make your screen turn on, if you don't know how to do this already, it's General, and then Auto Lock, and set this to Never. And this will keep your screen on all the time, and it will not turn off. This is very important if you do plan to keep it out and on most of the time. Also, just to save your screen a little bit, go to Brightness and Wallpaper, and just turn the brightness down all the way from here down to there, just so you save your screen's backlight a little bit of work, since it will be on all the time. So those are just some extra steps that you need to take. So we're back to our browser window here. The first thing that you're going to want to do if you do want to access this from the internet is that you're going to have to know your public IP address. So to find this, you can just Google what's my IP, or if you like this website like me, ipchicken.com. By the way, to all you hackers, don't even bother. This is my VPN address. This is not my actual IP address. But to those of you who are actually watching this to watch it, this address will be your house address or your internet's address to the actual open wide world. Now, depending on your internet provider, this may change frequently. So if you do have that problem, I suggest going to noip.com. That's a very helpful tool that updates whenever your IP updates. But in general, you're just going to have to memorize this number right here. And then what you're going to do is once you port forward, you'll have to put a .8081 at the end of it. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my router here, and I will show you guys how to, or at least how I port forward in my router, so be right back in a second. So this right here is my router. I have Verizon Fios, and I'm using the router that comes with it. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to find the place where it says enter your IP address. So mine has a drop down menu. Like I said, it differs from router to router. But basically, remember that number that was in the address that the iPod gave you, and you're going to enter that in the IP address. And then just where it says ports, if it has this drop-down menu like mine, just click Custom. And then at the end of here, you saw 8081, and that's what you're going to enter here. And then just click Add, and you should see it up there. Now, instead of having to go to this address, you should be able to reach this address from your outside network. I'm going to go ahead and use my outside network just because I can. Now, I actually have a domain set up to my IP address, so I do not have to show you guys the real address. But if you add your 8081 onto the end, like of that IP or that number that you saw before from ipchicken.com, you should get the same exact video to load from over here. And there we go. Now you have successfully set up a webcam server from an old iPod. Thank you guys for watching. If it did help you out, please leave a like. And be sure to ask questions in the comments if you had a problem.